All right, Chris Popper here in Bangor. I'm joined by Holly Masterson, I think in Southwest Harbor, right?
I'm actually in Town Hill right now.
Okay.
But yes, we're
All
talking
right.
about Southwest Harbor.
So you are, with a partner, are starting the Acadia Vendors Market. Tell us where that is and what's happening.
Okay, so we started this last year. We started getting going in this idea of having a collective vendors market and giving small businesses an infrastructure to set up kind of on a very flexible terms, on their terms. It's an opportunity for someone that maybe can't afford something downtown in one of the Bar Harbor retail locations or can't get into one of the more juried art shows that are available. We were kind of bouncing around this idea and talking to several vendors, and then it just sort of started manifesting itself. And we've been really fortunate that we've had a lot of really positive feedback from it. So we have vendors right now. Since we launched our website about 2 weeks ago, we've gotten several vendors per day that are signing up, inquiring about whatever, what's the plan here and what are we going to do. So it's really an exciting thing that's sort of manifesting itself. And what I'm doing is facilitating the vendors being there and then also marketing to the whole New England area for customers and for folks that are going to actually be visiting the market. And we've got a really strong positive support, it seems, locally. I've had a lot of local businesses that maybe had to shut down. We've got a couple of girls that are faced with, they had to actually close their location, and they're going to be, this is a good step for them to stay in business and not be as financially tied or in a lease agreement that's just not practical for them right now. So we've gotten a lot of just really positive feedback from those vendors.
Okay, so anyone who doesn't exactly know where this is located,
yes,
it's as you drive down to Southwest Harbor,
yep,
just past Road Cafe and before the Southwest Food Mart, almost directly opposite the Smuggler's Campground.
Exactly. So you can actually see from our lot, when you're coming down the hill in Southwest, you pass Rogue is on your left, Smuggler's Den is on your right. We're just past that crest of the hill on the left. And we've got 4 acres there. So we've got 2 entrances. We're using that north entrance right now. And that's where the bulk of all the vendors are going to be. But the vendors do have the opportunity to spread out. They can, we've had a couple people that are going to do food, and they would be rather closer to the wooded area where there's going to be picnic tables set up. We've got a couple different designated areas where picnic tables are going. And we've got a little storage building coming as well that will house tents and tables and signage for people and all that. But when you're coming down the hill, we're right there. You can see the fire tower really well from our spot, which is cool. And it's a very easy location to get to.
How many people do you expect? How many vendors can you accommodate?
So per our town ordinance right now, or not ordinance, but our permit, we're focusing on about 50 throughout the summer. Not that they're all going to be there at the same time, as we are trying to make this flexible for them. So we're offering a 6-week, 3-day sort of package for $250, and that allows the vendor to set up. We were focused on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're really, Saturdays, definitely, those are the vendors are filling in those Saturday spots the most. But a vendor really could set up whenever they want. We're available 7 days a week from 8 a.m. until sunset, and they can operate as they would their own business with their own hours and their own customers and all that.
Now, obviously, if it's a food truck, they have to be licensed through the town of Southwest Harbor.
They've got to be, if it's food related, they absolutely have to deal with the health inspectors. We have a woman now that wants to do burritos, and we're facilitating maybe purchasing a food truck for her and helping her kind of start that. Yeah. So it's a good, we're trying to give
the It's like an incubator. I mean,
it's almost like an incubator about to hopefully hatch all these beautiful new businesses, and the feedback has just been really, really great. So I'm really just excited about what's about to happen, because we know it will take a couple of years. I mean, our plan for this property has sort of we bought it because it was a good deal. It was 4 acres in Southwest Harbor, and we love to buy land if we can. So we wanted
Right.
to buy that, and we sort of knew maybe we'll put in a lobster pound, maybe, rentals. We definitely have toyed with that, but this just sounds more fun and more exciting. And Dave and I, my business partner, we've been fishing together for a long time now, and we're both sort of faced with the next chapter of where's our fishing lives going? Are we gonna stay on the water, which obviously I can't really give up my sunrises and being on the water full time, but I'm certainly slacked back a lot in the last couple of years. And it's been really nice to have this next transition into this business. And I've got kayak rentals that I've been doing just sort of on the side with my weekly rentals. So that sort of goes hand in hand. And I'm going to now base that business out of the hill, but it's a smaller business and it's not something that I want to go and, have it be just that. I would much rather collaborate with these other businesses that are struggling, that need a home, and the artists, the bakers, we've had florists, a lot of service. We've had some service people that want to do sit down, like 15-minute massages, things like that. So it's been a really cool collection of people. We've had this race car guy that's going to set up a track. So you would go and just use his race cars, or remote control, whatever you want. He's got a variety, or you could bring your own, and he's going to have a track set up there in the woods and through some of the different areas. So
Wow.
it's just a really neat thing. There's definitely a lot of ideas. We're Mainers. We have many hats. A lot of us have side businesses and different things going on that, with the pandemic, we've all been home. We've been brainstorming our brains out, and we're ready to really crack the shell here on this COVID.
Yeah.
Like, we want to get back to people. And I know for me, working on the boat for as long as I love working on the boat, and it's so precious, that time out there. But I'm really looking forward to these connections that I'm making with people so far. And my daughter, she's going to be 12 soon, and she's really into this. She's got her lemonade stand ready and is going to be doing that. And that's a cute touch. So that's fine.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how do people get a hold of you if they're interested in exploring having
So,
a pop up there or something like that?
yep. So what we're doing is they can go to our website, acadiavendors.com, or find us on Facebook, or Instagram and Twitter. And you just download the application, fill it out online. Very, very simple. By filling out that application, it just puts you into our system and just starts those conversations. And then I'll reach out to you and just kind of ask you the few key questions that I need to kind of find out what you're selling. I need to make sure it's a legal product. We can't have anything illegal on the property.
Right.
You have to be licensed to whatever you're selling. You need to be able to legally sell it, obviously. And then we start that conversation and plug you into our calendar. And then everything's done really simply. We're not trying to make a lot of rules. We're not trying to be really restrictive. The one thing that we're just asking is that folks show up when they say they're going to be there, because we're going to advertise for you. We're going to put you on our social media. We're going to make an effort to make a big deal about you being there.
Right.
So we just want to make sure vendors show up when they're going to.
Okay, and you're going to start then with like a soft opening type
Yes.
thing
Yep.
with
So,
some yard sales type flea market.
yep.
When
So
are you doing that?
2 years ago, we've been approached by several people to do a yard sale there, a community yard sale. So this year we're doing that April 23rd, 24th, and 25th. And then the following weekend, the 30th, 1st, and 2nd. So 2 full weekends. Folks can just, come set up for free. And it's a good chance to sort of feel out the property, for folks to see it, see what we're where we're headed, what we're going to be doing there, find out any information. I'll be there. So they're, welcome to seek me out and ask me anything you want. But yeah,
But
that's
you need
sort of,
them to register, correct? You just don't want them to show up.
all you have to do to register for the yard sale is message me just directly, and
Okay.
I'll put you down. And
All
then
right.
you can show up. So we're actually going to allow folks to start setting up Monday, April 19th. I have tables available. I've got pop-up tents if anyone wants to use those. We're definitely trying to offer, people who are maybe, I've got a couple people from the Blue Hill area that are really excited to be here. they don't want to truck their tents back and forth. That's fine. We're going to have a storage building is coming here in a couple of weeks. They're able to store those things there, right on the property, and then have just the key code to get in there and get their things. So they can leave signage there.
Okay.
They can just have a little area and have that space.
So you're trying to make it as easy as possible for people.
I feel like the harder it is, then what's the point? You know, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a simple infrastructure for folks that just want to give their business a real shot. And this is I think this is going to be a really great spot for stepping stone businesses that are trying to feel out a product that they've made. We've got a lot of woodworkers, from small knickknack decor woodworking to larger furniture woodwork stuff that they're going to be there. So, you know, it's taking on a really great feel. You know, when I lived in New York City, my favorite thing was just to walk around and then stumble upon these like markets that would be miles long in the street. And it was so cool. And my business partner, Dave, you know, he grew up in his very early childhood years of being in New Jersey. And also flea markets were a big thing. You know, if that's what you needed something, you went to the flea market. You didn't go to Home Depot or Walmart. You went to the flea market. So we're looking for those types of people.
Mainers are really good at recycling type. So, you know, like if you're going to the dump, it's really, it's drop something off, take something home.
The only thing I'm worried, and what I'm worried about now is that following like the April cleanup week is that we're just going to have people that go around and pick up everybody's stuff.
Right. And that's, I mean, so if you're coming to the yard sale, those 2 weekends, make sure you bring everything home that you don't sell.
Well, we've got a guy that will come and kind of clean up everyone's stuff. Anything that they just want to leave behind. We do have a couple organizations that will happily accept any of the donated things that that they couldn't move and that they just don't want to bring home. And I absolutely get that. I'm doing the same thing. I'm cleaning up my basement and my garage, and I'm going to have my own booth there. So yeah, I've been looking forward to doing this for a while.
Well, I mean, that's what people have had. They've all had that time to declutter, and it's a great time to do that.
You know, I mean, that's what I'm getting for feedback is that folks have just been home, and, you know, a lot of people don't want to break the shell. They want to stay home and not do anything. But I think this is really a good chance for folks to get out there.
All right. So again, if people want to get involved, whether it's for the weekend, the yard sale weekend, then you can go on Facebook, Acadia Vendors Market. You're all over there. And your website is acadiavendors.com.
Correct. Yep. Okay. And also, I want to make sure people know, you know, if somebody is here on vacation or they're coming up for a long weekend and say they have a product that they've made and they want to only set up for one day, that's fine. We tried to make an a la carte menu so folks can really fine tune what they've got going on, and mesh it with this market.
Very cool. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll post this online. We'll see how it goes, and wish you the best of luck this year again. And this is going to run the last weekend of April all the way through, and you're going all the way through marathon weekend.
Right. Yep. We'll stay open, and we're mile marker 25 of the marathon. So we're all downhill from us for the final push.
Exactly.
For all those folks, so. All right. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
All right.